Peace. Fears and
Peace.
Mics. Zulu King L1. Y Slice. Yo, only built for Cuban Links. 30th anniversary.
Mm.
Crazy. August 95.
Or August 1st, I believe, 95.
95.
Crazy.
I was 13.
Or I was about to turn 15 like a month later.
30 years of a classic. Some people have it as their top 5 hip hop albums of all time. Some people have the top 10 albums of all time.
Mhm.
In any genre of music.
Yeah, I've
It's
heard that.
yeah, it's
I've
up
heard
there
that.
for me. It's up there for me with hip hop and in music in general. And I've listened to a lot of stuff. Um, Yo, salute to Raekwon the Chef, man, and Ghostface and RZA and
Word,
everybody involved with
word.
making the album. Um,
Masterpiece.
yeah, yo, Nas, 60
First,
Second
first,
Assassin,
that was the
Master Killer.
first, that was the first non-Wu, cameo, like a non-Wu collaborator, Nas on that.
Hmm,
They
hmm.
never collaborated with a non-Wu-Tang affiliated
Yeah,
artist,
on their
you
album.
know,
Well, Biggie
on the
and Meth,
album.
Biggie and Meth.
Right,
Yeah,
right. But on their albums, right?
yeah, on their
You know
album.
what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. Yeah.
Word.
Yo, I still listen to this day.
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
listen to this day. I listen to it today, actually.
Yeah, no, I listened to it for past few days since the anniversary.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah,
and I
man.
seen it get a lot of people talking about it. Dudes was sending me message like, "Yo, happy Purple Tape Day." You know what I'm saying? Happy
Yeah,
Raekwon Day. It's that celebrated in hip hop. I guess this might be the closest to like our hip hop Thriller. You know what I'm saying? Where people revere Michael Jackson's Thriller to be
hmm,
one of their most beloved albums. Like, it's this and Illmatic probably got to be the two of the most revered hip hop albums.
yeah,
And this is neck and neck, and I would often put it like ahead of Illmatic, although Illmatic is obviously a masterpiece. But this
yeah,
got way more songs. And at the time, man, Wu-Tang was everything.
yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
you
Not to
don't
say
you
that.
don't get you don't not to cut you. Uh,
Hmm.
you don't get Cuban links without having Illmatic first, though. I would say
Yeah,
that. I would
I could
say
see
that.
what you're
Same
saying.
same goes for Infamous.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Nas kind of laid a blueprint of um repping where he was from, but like we were discussing earlier, and you like you mentioned that the mafioso rap,
Hmm.
like that album like really brought out mafioso rap, even though G Rap is like the father
Hmm.
of it. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? Like they were more like the whole Wu Gambinos, the whole AKA thing with the names,
Hmm.
even the names of
Hmm.
New Master Killer was Noodles.
Right, yeah.
Method Man was
R-
Jonathan Blazini because like he
Right. Raleigh
shortened it to Johnny
Fingers
Raleigh Fingers,
for Inspector Deck. All these names, right? Mafia.
Lucky
Right.
Hands.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
mafia inspired names, you know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right, right,
Which
right,
which is of course relevant because like, a bulk of the Wu is either from Brooklyn or Staten Island. And for
right.
those that don't know, that might be outside of New York City, Staten Island is a heavy mafia oriented or heavy mafia background. Like basically, a big Italian presence in New York City in
Hmm,
general,
hmm.
right? But it's one of the strongholds of the mafia to the degree where, for those that don't know, like the Raekwon-Only Built for Cuban Links album was actually going to be named Wu Gambino's. But from what the story goes, is that Steve Rifkin got a call and they told him they don't appreciate having that title because they're not Gambino affiliated, and
Right.
the
Yeah.
mafia in general don't even like to go by those names. They say only the media uses that, the
Right.
Gambino crime
Crumb
family.
family. Right, right,
They don't
right,
identify that because the mafia don't exist according
right,
to the
right,
mob.
right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
I,
So
I heard
yeah.
Sammy the Bull on his podcast, like like he definitely corroborated that story with the
Hmm.
Wu because he was asked about it, and he
Hmm.
definitely said that they were told that they can't use that name. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, man, like album is incredible. Like the only thing about the album that I can critique, if there's any critique, is Dirty wasn't on it. He the only member that wasn't on the album. But
Yeah.
you got the next best thing, 60 Second Assassin on Glaciers of Ice.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even though he wasn't in the video, that's definitely 60 Second Assassin singing It's Been a Long Time.
Word. Yeah,
At
you
the
could hear,
end,
you could hear.
that's definitely 60
Word.
Second Assassin. But outside of Dirty not being the only clan member not being on the album, um, yo, it's one of my favorite Wu solo joints. And it's not even really a solo joint because
Hmm.
Ray, out of the 18 tracks, um, with skits included, um, Ray has four joints by himself.
Hmm. Right.
Yeah, he has four joints by himself. Knowledge God, Spot Rushers, Incarcerated Scarfaces, and North Star. Those are the
Hmm.
four joints that he's by himself. Everything is Ghost because it's featuring Ghostface Killer. Is
Yeah.
joints Ghostface, and this is the first time we heard Kappa.
Yeah.
Kappa's
Ice
on
water.
joint Ice Water and
Ice
Ice
water.
Cream. Ice
Yep.
Cream. And I actually like his verse on Ice Water better than Ice Cream. Even though Ice Cream
Yeah.
was dope, but I just like how he like, the first branch, the third leaf, whoever wanted got beef, I politic,
Hmm.
show love,
It's one
crush
of my
those who dare
favorite
creep.
Cap.
Yeah,
It's one of
Cap
my
Cap
favorite Cap verses. That
Cap
Ice
went
Cream
crazy
is
on
another
them.
one.
And
He
Winter
bombed
Wars.
on Ice Cream and Winter
And Winter
Wars, of
War.
course,
Winter War.
which arguably might be one of the top 10 verses in
Yeah,
hip hop in my
yeah,
book.
yeah, yeah.
Along with Inspector Deck,
On
Triumph,
Triumph. Right, right,
and
right.
Inspector Deck on verbal, not verbal intercourse, Guillotine.
Guillotine, yeah, Guillotine was great.
He
Yeah.
bombed
Yeah,
on
he did.
Guillotine.
He did. He
I
did.
was going to ask you this, right? Because I was listening to it today, and I was like, "Yo, I gotta ask Watt this," but I didn't even want to. I just wanted to drop it on you. Who
Okay.
had the best verse on you think the entire album? Because I'm gonna tell you some of the highlights. I think um Cap's debut on Ice Water, he bombed on that.
He did.
Inspector Deck bombed on Guillotine. Nas
Mm-hmm.
bombed on Verbal Intercourse. Um, RZA bombed on
Wu
Wu
Gambino.
Gambino's.
Oh, he went crazy.
Method Man bombed on Wu
Wu Gambino.
Gambino's too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
I
There's a
might
lot
have.
of verses.
I love Nas. And I love Nas. Might have to give it to RZA though. I don't know. Like
He
yeah,
wild on
he wilded Wu Gambino's out. He wilded that
man.
song. His verse is crazy. Like
It's one of his best verses,
yeah,
along with
nah,
like
he went
Tragedy and
yeah, yeah, nah,
and
he as they say he left Earth on that. Now
he really
I'm not
did.
even gonna lie. Like he wilded
Telling you.
Bobby. Like me and you talk about it. Another one of my dear comrades talk about it. My man Haitian Kush. We talk about it like it's either you like RZA or you don't. It's no in between. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like it's no in between, whether it be with the beats or the rhymes. Like sometimes I'll hear a RZA verse and I'll just be like I don't know what Bobby was thinking, but when he start
Hmm.
when he start going off, I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, like and Wu Gambinos is a prime example. Um, oh man, the Hawk
yeah,
of
it's
MKs
crazy.
hit chest and solar plexus, casting stones, cracking 206 bones. Like I don't know,
Yeah,
man. RZA, man.
that
And,
dude,
and
he's as gifted with his pen as he is on the book, on the MPC.
yeah,
You know what I'm
and what's
saying?
crazy, I was just about to say that, like the production of Only Built for Cuban Links is it's incredible, man. It's no
World.
like there's no beat that's that's whack, yo. Not
Nah, nothing,
nothing, nothing.
nothing. Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
Which is one of it Wisdom Body used to be one of my favorite songs when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just because just because Ghost, like I used to try to emulate Ghost when I was younger, like especially like with the shorties and all of that. So like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with him, Wisdom Body, of course, he's referring to, a woman, and
Mm-hmm.
and how he's like getting to know her and how he's introducing himself. And I just thought like it was fly. I just thought it was fly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but even
Mm-hmm.
that beat is was dope, man. Like from the
Yeah.
skits from to the
Yeah.
first the intro, striving for perfection. You know what I'm
Yeah. Yeah,
saying?
for
Like
real. It set the
to
tone. It set the
yeah,
tone.
to them even
It set
getting
the
that
tone.
big, to even
Mm-hmm.
them getting
Yeah,
that
yeah,
biggie,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Shark,
Like
shark, and
biters,
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Biters
yeah,
was
yeah.
that's legendary, yo.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
really
Because you
legendary.
basically coming as somebody that was one of the top guys in hip hop at the point,
Yeah, yeah,
calling them out.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Which Big didn't like. He had got on the phone with Nas and he was like, "Yo, you messing with these Wu dudes?" And Nas was like, "Yeah." You know what I'm
Right,
saying? So
right.
he was like, "Oh, they getting at me or whatever." You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Big appreciated it, but I heard according to the stories that's out that Ghost had the opportunity to talk it out with Big at some
Yeah,
point
before he died.
before his
Yeah,
passing, not too
yeah.
long, like a
Right,
couple days before. I think
right,
they
right.
met,
Because they
shook
was in
hands,
L.A. too.
and
Yeah,
smoothed it
they,
out. And I think they
right.
even planned that they was gonna make
You
music
can
together
do,
down the
yeah,
line. You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah. And
saying?
I
So I
think
guess
that
some
would have
type
been
of
dope. I think that would have been
yeah,
dope.
yeah, yeah. It's always good to clear the air. Shout out to Big. Um, but what to me, right? Because this album, when it came out, being young, I was in summer school, eighth grade, because I was left back, so I should have been in high school already, but I was in eighth grade. But I had like two missed days in summer school, and the album was dropping, and I'm like, yo, I gotta cut school for this. I can't wait to hear it. And if you miss anything over three,
Yeah, you out of
that's it,
there.
you
You
out of
out of
here,
there.
and then
Yeah.
that's it. And basically, so I missed that day knowing that I still had about 2.5, 3 weeks of summer school left and jeopardized it. Because if I would have missed that one day, extra, because I was maxed out with the absences, you know what I'm saying, I would have had to repeat the eighth grade. And at that point, I probably would have dropped out because I already have been left back already, one time in the second grade, no less. Um, but
Right.
So, I risked it all for that album, man. And man, that shit it was worth every dollar that I spent. I would probably walk 2 miles to out of summer school, ditch, my class to go get it, pop that CD in. My man Jerry, he caught the cassette. The cassette was purple. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
CD joint was the CD plastic instead of the clear joint, it was
And it
purple.
was purple. Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm
Cellophane.
saying?
Yep.
Which was crazy because I had There Is a Dark Side, of course, so that was all red.
Red.
You know what
Yep.
I'm
Yep. Yep.
saying?
The tape was
The
red
whole
too. The tape.
entire
I think the
the
tape
tape
was
was
red
red.
too. Yeah.
The tape was
Hmm.
red as well. Trying to think, there might have been somebody else that had a cassette that was dark. I think it might have been Master Ace. I'm not sure. Somebody else has done it before too, but that was like, yo, you really had to have, like, if you were into hip hop, this was a must that you go get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
The
what I'm saying?
rollout for that album was crazy too, yo. And
Right, right.
I remember they shot. Yo, it's funny you say that because I remember they shot the ice cream video at the Coliseum in Queens, and
Hmm.
a dude I went to junior high school and high school with, my man Udi. He's in the ice cream video. He got the Penny Hardaway jersey on.
Oh,
You know
word.
what I'm saying? And we
That's
was
dope.
kids, and I was rushing. I was rushing to get down there, man, and it was
Hmm.
over. They was
Damn.
clearing out when I got down there.
Could have
I
been
was
a part
trying to
of
be in the
history.
video. Word, I was
Word.
trying to be in the video. They was like when Ghost was rhyming, they was in the Coliseum. He was
That's
inside the
crazy.
Coliseum rapping, and then they was outside on the Collie block. And that was legendary. That was legendary for them to be out there to shoot a video, to be come all the way from Staten Island to shoot a
Hmm.
video in Queens.
Word.
on a
Word.
legendary block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like where everybody
Respect
was
it.
getting it right, where everybody was getting their gold fronts from, and
Word.
just everything. It was like a hub. The Collie block, it was a hub for everything, and it's a shame what it is now, but you know
Mm-hmm.
that was a dope. And every time I see the video, I'll be like, "Yo, they go Udi," because his name, he was African, so but his name was Udi for short. But it was some, I
Mm-hmm.
forgot his full name, but like, "Yo, they go Udi, man, that's crazy." I think they showed him a couple times in the video, but that was dope.
Mm-hmm.
How many videos they have for that? Incarcerated Scarfaces was a
I think they
video.
might have had a video for
Um,
Heaven and Hell too, because that was on the Fresh
Heaven and Hell,
soundtrack.
yeah,
That
Heaven
was
and
actually
Hell
the
had a
first single. It
video.
came out
Hmm.
'94 because it
Heaven and
was
Hell
featured
had a
on Fresh.
video. Right, right.
Um,
Um,
so did
Incarcerated
Criminology have a
Scarfaces,
video?
Criminology has a video.
Right, Glaciers
Glaciers
of
of Ice
Ice,
has a video, and
and then Ice Cream was the last
Ice
single.
Cream, yeah, Ice Cream has a
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
I would
So
have liked to see Wu Gambino's as a video
it should have been,
out there.
should have
Yeah,
been,
yeah.
it should have
Even,
been.
even even like when you bought the cassette or the CD, man, just rolling it out and seeing like them sitting at the table,
Word.
and like Ray got the gold tarantula, and they
Mhm.
popping Cristal and all of that stuff. Like they got the
First ones to
chalices.
mention
Yeah,
Cristal
yeah,
and hip hop
yeah,
too.
yeah. Or Cristal, however you want to say it, Cristal,
Right, right,
Cristal. You know,
right.
but it was dope, man. It was just like everybody you knew that was in the hip hop was listening to that nonstop.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
it was nonstop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was 13, so I was headed to high
Hmm.
school that summer. You know what I mean? So like we definitely was I was smoking weed and too. So, you know,
Hmm.
it was it was a whole experience. That was an experience. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That whole
yeah.
Cuban Link era. Like there was a lot of
Hmm.
moments in hip hop where it was an experience and you just had to be there,
Hmm.
especially in New York. You just had to be there. Like,
Yeah, the energy.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
because it's a true movement. Like, yo, it was like, seeing everybody adopt the slang, wear the Wu-Tang Phoenix shirts, bootleg
right.
joints, and then ultimately like Wu Wear came out, and then you could
Mm-hmm.
support and
Mm-hmm.
have the official Wu Wear gear. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Peace to Divine, Peace to Power.
Word.
RZA said that ice cream joint, they sold 20,000 units of like the shirts, like the Butter Pecan Rican,
Oh, that's dope.
the
That's dope.
yeah. So I guess people, the females was liking that song obviously, and
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I think some of the Wu members didn't want to do that because they felt it was too soft. From what I was reading,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't want to do a soft joint because they known for the
Yeah.
for the hardcore,
Rough, rugged, and raw.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they didn't like it, but yo, I didn't mind it, you know what I'm saying? Because you already gave us the raw street with criminology, with glaciers of ice, you know what I'm saying? Heaven and Hell was dope too. So like, yeah, you needed this was the radio friendly single that really generated a good buzz, and we got to see Capadonna, leave the earth
Mm-hmm.
on that too. You know what I'm saying? So that was
Yeah.
dope. And with the album rolling out, he had a successful first week in sales at the time.
Mhm.
140,000 is nothing to,
Back then,
be
95, yeah.
ashamed of. Yeah,
95.
first week, I think it ended on like four in the top R&B hip hop charts, 140,000 units, and then in 2020, many years later, which is 25 years later, it actually became certified platinum. So he does got
Dope,
the platinum
dope,
plaque. You know what I'm
dope.
saying?
It should have
So I
went
guess he kind
platinum
of got
then, because
something.
that's
Yeah,
like
from then,
damn
right?
near flawless album. Fire,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
fire.
peace to the brother Nicky Sins from Zulu 25. Now this ain't a platinum plaque, but this is like the limited edition vinyl. Um, he got me the vinyl copy and I put it in the frame because like that's what the album means to me. Like I got this in the basement downstairs, man. Like I guess the man cave as some would say, but to me, this is one of the most important albums that shaped my youth. Um, Something that I often revisit and think about very often, man. And like we said, we still bump this album to this day. So 140,000, then it's ultimately certified platinum, which further solidifies the whole Wu-Tang dynasty. You know what I'm saying? Because they was hitting home runs. RZA was hitting home runs with the
Mm-hmm.
Enter the Wu-Tang, then Old Dirty coming out as the second. No, Method Man, I'm sorry, Enter the
Mm-hmm.
Wu-Tang, right? Then Method Man became the first solo act. You know, after the Wu debut, we know that
Right,
RZA
right,
had
right,
music out
right.
as Prince
And
Rakim. We
Jizza,
also know GZA,
Genius.
the
Yeah,
Genius, Words from a Genius will all predate this. But from the Enter the Wu-Tang debut, Method Man was first, Old Dirty was second. Home runs, they did well,
yeah. Liquid
popular,
Swords.
popular.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Raekwon came third, and I'm sure there was a bit of pressure on Raekwon to deliver this album. So I know that they spent a good amount of time soaking in, trying to create like an atmosphere to write for the record. And they flew out to Barbados. I believe it was Ghost and Ray went to Barbados, and I believe RZA may have been there with them. And they didn't like the conditions how brothers were being treated. Even they said the black brothers that lived there were like mental slaves, and there was a lot of racism, and it actually sent
Mm-hmm.
them back to the States. And I think they spent a little bit of time in Miami finishing writing. That's why you see like the whole Scarface theme. You hear on Criminology, you hear Tony Montana wilding out,
Going
a
on
famous
for
scheme.
Sosa. Yeah, going on for
Right, you know what I'm
Sosa.
saying?
Yeah.
Which at the time, right, I had already seen Scarface as a youth, but that made me revisit and like Scarface even more. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I was telling you earlier on the phone when we was talking, those that may have never like if you got the 20th anniversary of Scarface, it was a limited edition. It came with like a cigar cutter, like a coffin case. It had like a two disc on the second disc. Ray and Ghost were actually interviewed um and talking about what that movie means to them. And that's like the official release of the 20th anniversary of Scarface, which I think was like in 2002. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm.
I think the movie may have come out like 82, 84, something like that. So somewhere around the 20th anniversary that came out. But in addition to not to drag it, but in addition, RZA also had The Killer, some samples from the Killer movie from John Woo. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you peeped it, but yeah,
That
there's
was
some scenes in there.
on was it Wu Gambino? No.
I don't think it's Will Gambino. It's I forgot where he used it. Um Drawing blank right now. I could have
It's
told you.
Incarcerated Scarfaces.
I believe so,
Where he
right?
was, yeah, I'm looking for him and he isn't here or whatever.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right, right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
Incarcerated
so
Scarfaces.
that's The Killer, by John Woo. And for those that don't know, like
Haven't seen that
John Woo
movie in a long
actually
time either.
were mad long. John Woo actually reached out to the RZA shortly after that was all dropped and said, "Yo, thank you for honoring my work and putting that
Mm-hmm.
in your album." And he had sent him a memo and then met him shortly after. And I heard that John Woo actually spent a little bit of time with the RZA after that and actually mentored him and taught him stuff about filming, which of course we know RZA,
Mm-hmm.
became pretty big in Hollywood at this point,
Right,
later on. So that's dope, man, to like, use you respected that man's craft, you put it in the album because it inspired or set a certain tone, and then he actually reached out to you and said he appreciated what you did, and then became like a early mentor to you, and so that's kind of like a dope story, man, that I like to hear.
right,
I like when people outside of hip hop give honor to hip hop, like, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Like it kind of validates it a little bit and shows the world that hip hop is really worldwide and respected by so many different faces, nationalities, backgrounds, cultures. You know what I mean? It's truly universal.
right. So, what's your favorite joint on there though?
You asked me that earlier, and I think what my answer was like, what I had said, see,
You
when
said
I
Rainy
thought of that,
Days.
right?
You said Rainy
Rainy
Days.
Days is my favorite song. I'm gonna stand firm on that. Probably 9 out of 10 times I'm gonna tell you Rainy Days. But I didn't want to say verbal intercourse. I didn't want to say guillotine. I didn't want to say Wu Gambinos because those to me are the best songs on it. But for whatever reason, Rainy Days, man, when I put that on, I don't know, it's just
Rainy Days
the
remix is crazy.
I don't remember the remix. I can't think of it
I
offhand.
don't think RZA did that beat. It's ah, what's the sample? Mm, I'm drawing a blank.
I know Fab took it. I know Fab took it many years
Yeah,
later.
with
And
Neo, yeah, with
I'm a
Neo,
movement by myself.
yeah, yeah.
They kind
But
of
they
killed
threw
that
Raekwon on
too.
the but they threw Raekwon on the
Yeah,
remix.
I
Threw
know.
Raekwon on
It
the
was a
remix
must because
and went
I
to
was
the
mad until
original
I
beat.
heard.
Yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
mad. I was mad until I heard. You know what I'm saying? Even
Nah,
though I
but check
liked it, I
check
was
the
kind of like,
check the Rainy Days remix. It's different verses. It's different
"Word."
verses. Yeah, yeah. And Blue Raspberry's not on it.
Mm.
I think
Yo,
Ray
I
is
think
do Ray
I'm
is singing
starting
the
to.
hook.
I starting to remember it, but I can't
And it
just I can't
feels
recall.
so good. I
Mm.
forgot the sample though, man. I forgot. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank,
So you
man, with the
said RZA didn't
sample.
do it.
No, I don't think RZA produced that.
Hmm.
Somebody else, I think Cormega rapped over the same beat before.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
But
Rainy Days was my hands down favorite joint, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, it's up there.
of course I
Up
love,
there.
like I said, Guillotine, Glaciers of
Yeah,
Ice, Wu Gambinos. Those are the standout records in my opinion.
yeah,
Well, what
yeah.
about you? What's your favorite joint off the album?
I mean, it's always different, man. It's always different.
Hmm.
Like I noticed, like my last couple of times listening to it, I be having North Star on repeat just because it's one verse and it's like it's like cinematic to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Hmm.
way he rapping, like
Hmm.
it was Havoc. I contact the Abbott. He struck his shoulder though. Then he passed the fat chrome automatic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a visual thing. It's like a vivid picture he's painting. Like, could it
Hmm.
be and would it be that we was babies catching rabies? Niggas seem to act crazy. And then like it's like he's taking you through Park Hill. He's taking you through like the wars and
Hmm.
like the issues they having in the street.
Hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? Like that's my joint. But it like I said, it fluctuates. It goes every time I listen to it, like it's a different joint that I might have on repeat that I'll keep replaying and replaying and replaying. Like I like Glaciers of Ice a lot. I like it a lot. I like the beat.
The beat
It's
is
chaos.
crazy.
It's chaos. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? It's real chaos, and I like them talking before the song comes on when they're like, "Yo,
Hmm.
I got like the blue and cream like dripping like it's
Hmm.
marble cake," and
Yeah.
they got a Wu affiliate. I don't even know if a lot of people peep that Hot 97 is playing in the background, and they're playing a Wu affiliated group.
Sons of Man.
No, it's KGB, Click Cabal. And
Mm.
it was a song called Bless Your Life. Um, and it was three members. What was their name? They from Brooklyn. They
Oh,
from the
word.
Brooklyn side, like down with MMO and those groups, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Wu Syndicate did. Matter of fact, on the Wu Syndicate album, they got a video for Bust a Slug, and the
Mm.
dude from KGB is on it. His name
Mm.
is what the heck is dude? Ilnob. Ilnob. He had beef with Fat. He was going at Fat Joe
That's
years
a
ago, like in the
that's a
early
crazy
2000s.
name, El
It is. It
Nob.
is. It is. It is. It is. I don't know why he calls himself
Mm.
that, but
Yeah.
it was him, Red, and I forgot the DJ's name. It was a three-man group, and they're playing. That song "Bless Your Life" is the Fourth Disciple version is fire. They didn't play that
Mm.
on but if you listen to the album again and on Glaciers of Ice when they're talking, you like, yeah, Hot 97. You hear the end of the rhyme, the end of the song
Right.
playing,
I know
and
what you're
then they
talking about. I was
go back.
confused at first. I thought
Right.
you was talking about the St. Odds commercial
Oh, that's on
that was
Spot
playing in the
Rushes. That's Spot
background.
Rushes. That's the
Right.
intro to
Which
Spot
I thought
Rushes.
was dope. Cause
Yeah, yeah,
man, I
yeah.
remember
That
that
song
St.
is
Ives
fire. Yeah,
commercial.
yeah. That's the
I
special
remember
brew.
recording it on VHS and rewinding and then listening to it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
yo, I hope they drop this. Cause I think they had like a
yeah.
little miniature. The commercial was like a miniature video for it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah. Nah, that song is fire. That song is
Word.
fire. But that
Method
was the
Man
intro
killed
to
that.
Spot Rushes. But as far as Glaciers of Ice, though, like them talking about the Wallabies and them dying the and see, like I said, it was a whole experience, yo. Like
Right, yeah.
after that, everybody wanted to get Wallabies and dye them. Like
Right.
dudes was like our era, like in the '90s, dudes. I mean, obviously people was wearing Clarks before the '90s, and you know what I'm
Especially the
saying. We get
Jamaican
that
brothers or the
right,
British brothers.
right, right. Wearing Travel Fox, and Clark Wallabies or whatever. But like once they dropped that Cuban Link album, and then especially Iron Man on the cover, they end up like a Wallaby factory with all them joints dyed, two-tone joints. Like everybody
Word.
wanted to get Wallabies and then take them and get them dyed. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Because it was only like solid colors at the time. Like
Yeah,
you'll get
yeah,
the
yeah. The
olive,
basic, the
right?
navy blue, the
Navy
cream.
blue, the
You know what I'm
cream,
saying?
the suede olive.
Maybe
I
like the
had suede
burgundy.
olive, right? I had
I
some
had the
olive
burgundy
joints that were
joints.
fire.
I had
Fire.
the
Yeah.
navy. I still got the navy. I still got the
hmm
burgundy.
I
I
had a
got
pair
some
of corduroy
black
Wallies.
suede.
You know what I'm
Word.
saying? I had a pair of brown
Yeah,
corduroy Wallies, and I used to rock it with a corduroy polo suit, actually. You know what I'm saying? Jacket
word.
with the leather sleeves and all of that. But yo, like dudes wanted to wear Wallies. I remember my first year of high school, dude, it
Yeah.
was definitely black leather Wallabies,
Clark,
the short or the high.
Clarks need to cut the check. They need to
I
give
think
like some
they
type of
came out.
reckon.
There's a dude
Well, right.
named
I know they
Sycamore.
got the
They got the Tony
right,
Stark. They got the Supreme
right.
clientele, like the blue and cream. They got the
Yeah,
blue and cream Tony Stark Wallabies. But
yeah,
there's
yep,
a guy named
yeah. I seen them.
Sycamore, and he like fashions Wallaby Clarks, and he'll make croc material. He'll have suede. He'll do like a half and half. Like obviously
Hmm.
he was influenced by that. You know what I'm saying? He'll do it with Timberlands too. He'll like trick out the Timberlands or whatever and have like special laces, with it. But they're pretty pricey. You know what I'm saying? And they sell out quick because I wanted a pair. Like I saw what he did with the
I could
blue and
imagine.
cream. And I was like, oh man, I wanted
I
to get them. And then I clicked on it and it was
there's
sold out.
actually well, there's a Zulu brother out of Minnesota in Omega Zulu. He does custom dyes on Wallaby Clarks. I think he's
Hmm.
originally from like London, if I'm not mistaken. But he's out there in Minnesota. He was just appointed like the fashion director of the National Hip Hop Museum
Oh, that's
too. So
fire.
he be
Dope.
making
Shout out
like
to him.
bucket hats. He be making custom bucket hats, right? With the fat laces on it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
he combined two staples in hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And he's
Hmm.
pretty famous for giving people out that bucket hat with the fat laces, like, what we would put on the Puma back in the
Right, right,
day
right, right,
or the
right.
Adidas, you know what I'm saying? So he got that and now he's like the fashion director for the National Hip Hop Museum. Shout out to the brother,
Fire.
peace to Omega Zulus.
Word.
Word. Um, but yeah, man, that sent me to the store to go get the
Yeah.
Wallabies. I remember
Yeah.
when it came out, I wasn't even old enough to have a job, you don't even have like the official working card until you're 16.
Right.
Um, but once I got my job, best believe it, I got my first pair of Wallabies.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
first thing I probably did with my first job was get a beeper, and then the second thing might have been get some Wallies. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
gifted my first
For
Wallies
real,
by my
because
uncle. Like I said, I had the olive joints, and like
word,
you was particular about your kicks, man. You wouldn't wear them a lot. Like you always looking down to see if like they got any scuffs on them. You know what I'm saying, or
word, yeah,
whatever. And you just like like them joints. Yeah, man, I might get me a pair.
You
I
know,
might get me a pair
well,
for the fall of
yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like every year or two, I go get a pair, like, and add to the collection. I rarely wear them, and I've always been. I probably told you this before, and I know I've told mad people because they be like, "Yo, why you don't wear the Wallies like that? I know you used to like them a lot." I don't never wear them because I always feel like if I wear them right. Like I wear it usually to go like to an event or something like that. And I feel
mm.
vulnerable when I wear it. Like being
Right, right,
Zulu,
right, right.
I always
Yeah.
felt like wherever we go, it
Yeah,
might
we're
go
gonna have to get
down.
into
Like, you know what I'm
something.
saying?
Right,
'Cause you know
right,
how
right,
brothers,
right.
certain brothers see somebody, because we be so deep in these functions, right? And we'd be like in one section of the borough and we might see somebody we have a problem with. One brother got a problem with him. So now we all got a problem with him and his crew and his entourage or whoever's there. And for those that know, when you got a pair of Wallies on, them shits is not fighting shoes. Like you
Nah,
get
not
hit
at
with
all.
that, you probably gonna fall back. You can't stay sturdy with them. You
Yo,
can't
you,
plant
you
your
might have
foot
to
down.
slide them joints off like the samurai with the wooden
You
sandal, yo.
Yo, for real, you better off fighting barefoot, taking them
Right,
joints
right,
off
for real, that's what
and
I'm
just
saying.
getting
Like
busy in your
you,
socks or
you watch
barefoot,
a samurai
samurai
movie,
style.
yeah, yeah, they taking the wooden sandals off, like, you know what I'm saying? They catch beef,
Yo,
like,
seriously.
Shogun Assassin, Lone Wolf and Cub is one of my
Whoa.
favorite series. Sonny Chiba, he used to slide them joints off, like, like,
That's a fact,
like
right?
we got beef, all
Yo,
right,
eh,
you slide these joints off.
somebody watching this more than likely took a L wearing some clogs.
Oh
So if
yeah,
you
yeah,
if you
yeah,
was
yeah.
wearing Wallies in a spot and you got into some type of rumble, I don't
Your
know, man.
ankle
You
going,
might
you gonna
have you
sprain
might
your
have got
ankle. You
knocked
gonna
out,
sprain your ankle.
sprained
You
your
gonna sprain
ankle.
your
Yeah,
ankle,
you got
yeah.
knocked down. Yeah, you wasn't fighting 100% with some Wallaby Clarks on, so that's why I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
wore them. Like I would wear them to high school. I wore them to high school graduation, maybe like Sweet 16s and stuff like that when I was young.
Right, right,
But
right,
I was
right, right.
always like cautious, you know what I'm saying, when I put them
Yeah.
on. Like, yo, if I was going to the danger zone, man, I might have to put some Timberland chuckers on or something, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like
right, right,
switch it
yeah.
up a little bit, put
The
some
black chuckers. The
more
black chuckers
solid.
on them. Or
Word,
the brown.
word. Who were much more sturdy and you could defend yourself a little bit better with
Right,
those.
right.
But
Yeah, but yeah,
back
like I was
to,
saying, Glaciers of
were
Ice, man. Like like after that, after the intro with the, dying the Wallies, and then how Ray just came in, and the beat is just chaotic. Like you just like I remember
mm,
when I first heard it, and I'm just like, what? And then Blue Raspberries on it singing like
hmm
in the middle of, before they do the hook, and I'm
right.
just like, yo, what is this? I'm like, yo, it's mad
Just noise,
chaos.
noise.
Right. And then
Yeah, noise.
like Master
But
Killer
ill,
go
ill
off.
noise.
Yeah, Master Killer go off after Ray, then Ghost go off, and then you hear 60 like it's been a long time. And
Word.
then you hear the
Yo, Master
gunshots in the
Killer went off
background.
though.
Yeah, he did all of them went
Word.
off. All of them went off.
Master
All of
Killer
them
went
like
on.
excuse me, Noodles, because
Uh,
they was the Gambino, the Wu Gambino, so that's Noodles. Noodles went
mm-hmm.
off. Noodles
Word.
went off.
Word.
And 60 Sec, man, like he don't get enough credit
Yeah.
for what he brought to like the Wu,
Sons
because
of Man.
a lot of that singing and stuff, everybody thought it was dirty. A lot of that stuff was him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that stuff was him, yo. I like
Word.
he's the older cousin too of RZA and you know what I'm saying, RZA,
Oh, I
Jizza,
didn't even know
Dirty.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
He's
didn't even
their
know
he's
he's a
their
part of the
yeah,
family.
he's their older cousin. He's a Cuffy. He's a Cuffy. Like I don't know
Mm.
if you ever heard like the Cuffees are a part of the Shinnecock tribe. Their
Mhm.
grandfather. Like you hear Dirty, my
Mhm.
grandfather step up and get knocked right.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That
Yep.
their grandfather was a chief in the Shinnecock tribe. So and then like their
Mhm.
last name was Cuffy. So when you see the Brooklyn side, a lot of the Brooklyn Zoo, a lot of the Crazy Cuffy tribe. That's what they call them, the Crazy
Mhm.
Cuffy tribe. And like 62nd is a Cuffy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
dudes like that. What's the name? That's how Flavor Flav is related to them also. That's how Flavor
Right, I
Flav
heard
is
that.
because
Yeah, I
he's a
heard that.
Cuffy. because he's a Cuffy, you know what
Uh,
I'm saying? So I don't think that's his last
peace.
name, but he's from
Mm,
he's from that. You know what I mean?
uh,
It's
peace to
dope.
all
That's
the
dope.
indigenous people out there.
Word,
For
right
real.
here, right here, word. But
Yeah, you too. Word, yeah, yeah, you too.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, man, yo, that song, I can, no matter how many times I listen to the album and how many times my favorite song fluctuate, I'll always go back to Glaciers of Ice. But for that reason,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying? I'll
yeah.
always go back to that. It's yeah. I mean the whole album
I was
is like
reading.
flawless. It's
I
flawless.
was. Yeah. No, it really is. There's no skips on it. That's a fact. If you feel if you listening and you feel there's a skip, let me know. I would like to argue it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's. I listen to the skits too. Like I'll just let them
Yeah,
rock.
yeah,
Even with
yeah.
Papa Wu, where Papa Wu was talking, like I was enjoying that. Like
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
dropping it. I
yeah,
thought,
yeah. Yeah.
peace to freedom, aka
Word,
Papa Wu. You
word.
know, um, as they would say, he returned to the essence or the ancestors or whatever. But the brother, he was a sharp brother. He was talking.
Mm-hmm.
He
Man,
dropped some
cool.
joints on there.
Very cool
Um,
brother too.
yeah, very cool. Humble.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, it was. I'll never forget. The event. That brothers threw,
Yeah,
the Zulus threw. It was
yeah,
meeting the brother and
mm,
hearing them.
yeah.
Hearing them talk
Mm-hmm.
about
Mm-hmm.
dropping it as far as we was watching what the education of Sonny Carson, right? And
Yep,
then
yep.
he was dropping
Because
his
he was a
history with the
tomahawk. Yeah, he was,
Tomahawks.
yeah, right.
Right,
Yep,
right.
yep, yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
which he was a Tomahawk before he even got into the 5% Nation of Gods and Earths.
Word.
Peace to the Tomahawks out in Brooklyn, whether it be Brownsville, Bed-Stuy. They was all over Brooklyn and also loosely affiliated with some type of lineage with the Black Spades as well, because the Black
Mm-hmm.
Spades considered them to be family as well. And I think the
Mm-hmm.
Black Spades influenced them because we all know, the Black Spades was like the most dominant and largest so-called Black street gang in New York City. Um, were. But yeah, man, this album I think will be spoken about 35th anniversary to 40th anniversary. I think it will be relevant in the culture for many, many years to come. I think it's it's an incredible debut, right? We think of Nas's debut, we think of Raekwon's debut. What other debuts were this respected? Like, could you say maybe I could, Eminem? Like, what had the buzz? Because you can't even say like
50.
I don't think the 50. That's a great one. That was a lot of steam, a lot of hype, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of energy around that. Everybody was
Mm-hmm.
waiting for that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that's also the perfect answer to me. We were waiting for Nas. We were waiting for this Raekwon. We were waiting for 50. I can't think of many other artists that had that energy and that buzz and that anticipation. Cormega, I think Cormega might have had some of that too. I'm gonna be real
He
with
had
you.
the
A
buzz,
lot
but
of
they
people were
shelved it.
waiting.
But yeah, we was waiting for the
Tell
testament
me
where they
not. A
got yeah,
lot of
yeah,
people
absolutely.
was waiting for that.
Well, when they was when Def Jam was dropping those albums and it would come with the extra CD, the like the month of the
Hmm.
man, and it was the Survival of the Illest tour. Remember, so it was coming
Survivor the Illest
with
tour.
right. So they had the snippets
They
of the
featured Ja
upcoming stuff.
Rule. They
Right,
featured
Ja Rule, Foxy
Cormega,
Brown, and Cormega would always
Onyx.
be they right Onyx because Shut 'Em Down was
Yeah.
coming out. But
Hmm.
Mega, he had Dead Man Walking. He had that Dead Man Walking single,
Hmm.
and like that was like everybody wanted to hear it. Like they could say what they want about Mega,
Hmm.
like he rhyme off beat or whatever, but like back then, and Mega's nice. Don't even get it twisted. Mega's nice. He ended up doing well for himself on the independent scene, and like his catalog is dope. But the way they did him when they shelved the album and You know, he had to go do his own thing and eventually come out with something else. Even though I enjoyed that album too, the first one, but then he actually released, he got
Mm-hmm.
the rights back to it and released it years
Mm-hmm.
later, and
Mm-hmm.
it was dope. It
Well,
was a dope piece of work. But yeah, like the anticipation of
it
Cormega was
was.
it was up there. It was up there because that was Nas's like
Would
right hand
you?
man, like,
Right, right,
you
right.
know,
And we were
firm.
waiting for the One Love, the response to that, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, for him to
Yeah, because the
come back
response is on the
and
album. The
mention,
response was on the album,
right, 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 right.
you know, on that Testament album,
Would you
right?
also say the anticipation maybe for Cannabis was pretty
Oh
high too,
yeah,
right?
heck
Because
yeah, yeah, yeah,
with the
yeah,
killing
yeah,
and the
yeah.
mixtapes and
Mm-hmm.
bombing
Mm-hmm.
on
Hot
features
97.
and
Yeah,
all over
yeah.
the
Oh
radio.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was, that was, I think, highly anticipated. And to a lesser degree, at least me personally, I was anticipating that the album for Ali Vegas, like his first album,
Oh
which never
yeah,
even
yeah,
materialized like officially, but I'll say this, I've said it before. I think Ali Vegas, like he was almost with the buzz and the anticipation up there with like 50 almost at a not quite 50, but like because once 50 signed with Dre, that catapulted,
yeah, yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I'm talking about like warning shots era
yeah.
50. Like Ali
But
Vegas was right there, man. Like people,
he was down with 50. I mean, because they from, you know, that South Side stuff. You know what
right.
I'm saying?
He from
That South
Southside
Side.
also, right.
Yeah, yeah. He's from over there by Lincoln and all of that. Like right off the Van Wyck.
Always appreciated,
Um,
always appreciated Ali's like his energy, his flow, like how they were touting him like as like a combination of like Jay and Nas, to a degree. I've heard people say that. And I
you
would
know
say
what's crazy?
Saigon also.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about Vague is I remember they was selling his album in Green Acres Mall. Um like, and it was only
Mm.
in Green Acres Mall. I don't know if it made it to Hot Wax, but I
Uh,
know I saw it,
what's it
you
called?
know.
Birth of a Prince? I think I don't know. I don't
I
remember
don't
the
remember
title.
what it was called, but you know, they really they were selling it in there. And one of those like not like a what's the name of that? What's the name of
Record
that?
store.
Not it. Yeah, I forgot. It was like a mom and pop record store though inside Green Acres Mall. It wasn't like a
Right.
regular. It wasn't like a Coconuts or you know what
Right.
I'm
Not like a
saying.
Tower Records or the
Yeah,
Wall.
like it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. It was like some
Sam
off-brand
Goody or
joint.
none of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like some off-brand joint upstairs, and they definitely had the CD in there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he pressed up some on his own,
Yeah.
and you know, obviously this is before the
Right,
Lamar
right,
Odom
right.
thing and all of that stuff. This is when he was
Right, because yeah.
yeah,
Was
this is
that
when
Rich
he was
Soil,
rocking
right?
with
That's what
half
he
a
called
mil.
it? Rich
Yeah,
Soil Entertainment.
yeah, it was before that. It was before that.
Yeah,
It was
that's what that's Lamar's imprint. It was called Rich Soil.
right, right. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, Vague was nice, but
Yeah, no, I was a big fan. Yeah, was very nice. Very, very, very. Peace to Ali Vegas, man. I definitely could, you
more
know, he contributed a lot of
smart
music,
brother too.
you know.
Smart brother too.
Yeah, yeah, you could hear it in how he talks. The brother's a gifted brother.
Hmm.
I still once in a while look on YouTube and look at him talk. I think he got a Doggy Diamonds interview, if I'm not
Yeah, yeah,
mistaken.
yeah.
Not
Legendary
100%
Doggy
sure, but he
Diamonds
got
interview. No, he got a legendary Doggy Diamonds interview. Legendary.
right, right. No, no, I
With
knew
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right,
Nah, it's
right,
crazy. That's one of my favorite Doggy Diamonds interviews is with Vague and
yeah,
is dope. Is dope. He's given a lot of game. He's given a lot of insight to the industry and all of that. And he speaks a lot about half a mil,
right.
you know. A lot of half a mil was anticipated too. I'm not saying as much like worldwide, but you know,
New York
half
City
was
wise,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Half was tearing up like
he had a
the
buzz.
freestyle. Yeah, his buzz like he was on High 97. He was like making his way, like jumping on joints. Yeah, I had both of his albums, Million and The Hustle Don't Stop, and both of them were dope to me.
Yeah.
You know, he got a song on the
Yeah.
Belly soundtrack. You know,
Hmm.
he aired that Firm album out. Besides Nori on I'm Leaving, I think half a mil and Cannabis on Desperados, I think half a mil stole the show on Throw Your Guns with him and AZ.
Well,
I think he stole the show, you
yeah.
know,
And then
but yeah,
AZ kind of like kind of changed a little bit after half a mil.
he
Kind of
sure
like
did.
I don't want
Pieces
to
of a
say
Man.
jacked it from him, but
Yo, it is what it is.
but you know
Pieces of a
the
Man.
influence.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
you could
yeah.
hear it. You could
Pieces of
hear
a
it.
Man and the
You know,
Firm
and that's not
album
to
and Pieces
disrespect
of a
AZ
Man.
at all. It's not to
Hmm.
disrespect AZ, but there was a little bit, you know, he I hate to say this, he rubbed off on him. You know what I'm saying? Pause. He rubbed off on
Hmm.
him a little bit, like, you know
No,
what I'm saying? Whether
absolutely.
it
I mean,
was because I
it's
don't
a
want to
fact.
word it and say that I don't want to word it and say that he stole his style or he
Hmm.
jacked it from him. I would say that he rubbed
Hmm.
off on him a little bit. Pause. If need be, because you hear it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
AZ, peace to
There's
AZ
a
too, man.
documentary.
Another, you know,
Half a Mil has a
a fat
documentary
mil,
called
right? Yeah.
A Love Story. It's really sad. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna give up. You know what was going on in the documentary, but Half a Mil was a dope dude, man, and he don't get his I'm not gonna say flowers, but he don't get his just due for what he brought to the game, especially in New York City. You know, and
Hmm.
his influence, because he had an
Yeah. Yeah.
influence. He had an influence. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
and he
saying?
was definitely
And
putting
he could
Crown.
rap.
He was definitely putting yeah, heavy, and he definitely
Yeah.
put Crown Heights on his back.
Yeah.
Albany
Yep.
Projects to
Albany
be
Projects. Yep.
specific, because
Yep.
when I used to go out to Brooklyn and Bill with the brothers Hood and all of them out in Crown Heights. We used to be in Albany P's, and I remember always seeing the big mural that they have for half a mil,
Mm-hmm.
which I believe is still up. It looks a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more weathered now, but it's like the Big L joint on
Right.
138 in Lenox. Even though Big L is from 139 in Lenox, the mural is
Mm-hmm.
on 138 in Lenox, I believe. Um, yeah, man. When you contribute to the culture, man, there's certain MCs that had the gift, and you know those that really truly respect the culture and are part of the culture. Like we really live this, man. Like we appreciate their contribution because a lot of people had all the talent in the world and things that might not have gone in their favor. You know what I'm saying? Like just because you were gifted on the mic didn't mean that you were necessarily gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, Ali
Right.
Vegas. You know,
Right.
he had all the skills in the world, but it just didn't pan out. He could have probably been maybe the next Nas. He could have been the
Well,
next Jay. I don't know.
he claimed to
He
be
was touted
blackballed.
as that.
He claimed that he got
Right. And
blackballed
in
though
that doggy
by a
right.
few people.
Right.
Yeah, by a few. I remember he got
I could
into it
see
with
that. I could
Fab.
see it.
He got into it with Fab, and Fab was linked to Clue, and you know, and Vague was
Mm.
having like
Well, he
I
was dissing
remember
Clue
that
a
beef.
lot,
I
right?
remember that issue.
He
Yeah,
was
he was dissing Clue, and Fab said something, and like he went at it with Fab, and that was kind of like it
hmm
for him. And I think that's like, and I'm not saying Clue blackballed him, but if he did, that's some sucker stuff. I really don't like that, yo. Like, let the skill dictate. You know what I'm saying? Let the people
right,
dictate whether they like somebody or
right.
not. You don't try to, nah, he can't come up here. Nah, like that's why, and I don't want to talk about him because he's no longer here. But when Irv Gotti admitted to doing that to 50, and then 50 still blew
hmm
up, you know what I mean? Like that's sucker
hmm
stuff. To stop somebody from making money,
Yeah.
like it should be
hmm
through competition. You know what I'm saying? You put your stuff out, I'll put my
Agreed.
stuff out, and you let the people decide. You don't try to, you know what I'm saying? That's like some street stuff.
hmm
That's kind of that, yo, that's kind of like snitching in a sense. Like, you know, since
Yeah.
everybody wants to hold on to a
Yeah.
street thing, that's like, and I don't even like using this analogy, but we're gonna use it anyway. Like that's like I'm selling on a block and you on the next block, and I'm and my block clicking more than yours, so you call police on me, like make an anonymous tip
Drop a
and get
dime
me
on
up
me.
out of here.
Right.
Right. Get me up out of here instead of
Yeah. So I could, so I
being
could, so I could,
competitive. Right. So you can
so I
take
could
over
take.
the block.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like
hmm
it's about being, but like why can't
Which
your
people
work
do.
speak for it?
People do
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
like that.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And don't see no problem with it. I
Right.
mean, that's why I'm glad
Yeah.
I'm not in the street. But um
Right.
I think that blackballing
Let
stuff
the work
is
speak,
just
and then
corny,
let the
man.
smoke clear. Let the smoke clear after that.
Yeah,
Let the smoke
yeah,
clear after
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, shoot it out, go at each other, throw darts at each other, and then let the smoke clear. Let the fans decide who got the upper hand. And then, we all go on to making money and feeding our families and all of
Right,
the good stuff,
right.
man. Because like, why you got to get in the way of another man? Like, we
Feeding
talk
his
about the
family,
male
like,
fragile egos and all of that, and yeah,
mm-hmm.
like you're gonna get in the way. Like like I said, Ali Vegas had all the skill in the world, but it just didn't pan out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
He's
I
still
hate to see
making
stuff
music
like
too.
that because we were kind of cheated. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been in tune with a lot of his work from
Mm-hmm.
then to
The
even the past few
professional,
years.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Right, yeah, he got a good body of work. It's just he probably never made the money that he should have made off of this. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But like I said, the real in the culture, we still respect and honor those that have contributed and those that gave us, enjoyment and gave us good music. We respect you and appreciate your work. It wasn't in vain. So, we got to speak on brothers like Ali Vegas and Half a Mil and the others that fell short. Even like, what I'm saying, like when we talked about Nori on Drink Champs when he dissed the Wu affiliates as some like, what do you call them? The Wu flunkies. Like that was
Yeah,
crazy.
flunkies,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because
yeah, yeah. They all
like, no
contributed.
disrespect to
All
Nori,
contributed.
but they all contributed and a lot of them was nicer than you, the truth be told. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
not to
yeah,
discredit
yeah.
you or disrespect you, but you ain't as nice as Killer Priest, like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
no. Or Hellraiser.
um like right. You know what I'm saying? Or Shabazz the disciple. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
so
right,
to
right,
call brothers
right,
Wolf flunkies, that was like a bonehead move. And I know he already apologized for that. So, you
right,
gotta
right.
take it
Yeah,
for what it
yeah.
is. It was a bonehead statement. You know what I'm saying? But like Nori said, he retarded. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Um,
not an excuse.
but man, listen, right, it isn't, you know what I'm saying? But listen, back to Only Built for Cuban Links. It's one of the greatest albums in hip hop history. If you feel like if you watching this and you banged it out with us for the 57, almost 60 minutes, like if you feel it's top five, top 10, drop a comment, let us know. Um, but to me, it's top five hip hop history, period. Like I think it should be in your top
Mm-hmm.
five. Like I can't name five other albums that are better than this. You know what I'm saying? I'll have to really give it a lot of thought, but I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna say anything is gonna knock this out the top five. It's arguably one or two. So how could it even be not top five in my book? You know what I'm saying? It's either one or two,
Right,
depending on my
right.
mood and how I see it and how we break it down. You know what I'm saying? From it's a big album too. It got a lot of records, a lot of so it could be one, it could be two. You know what I'm saying? So, would you agree with that?
Yeah, yeah. I'm in agreement with you. I mean, like I said, I still listen to it, and I prefer
Mhm.
that album over a lot out today. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Over a lot.
I agree.
It's a complete album. Like no skips. There's certain joints that be coming out and people be praising it and be like, yo, it got this joint got skips, man. Like, you know,
Word.
and a lot of
Yeah.
people don't even do
For
skits no
real.
more.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Like the game is different,
Word.
but this will be
Yeah.
always heralded to me as like top five for sure. I don't know where I'd rank it in
Mhm.
within the top five, because I gotta sit down because there's so much. We don't listen to so much stuff from a youth to now. You know what I'm saying? And like
Hmm.
impact matters. Impact matters
It
when you're
does.
when you're grading
It
something. You know what
does.
I'm saying? Like I think the impact matters, and this impact, his impact, the RZA's impact, the whole Wu impact is why they'll always like we'll always say there'll never be a hip hop group better than them at all. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people. I mean, I
Hip
know you're a
hop
boot
Beatles.
camp guy, but but you're right. But as far as
Yeah,
sales,
I
as
mean,
far
I'm
as
I'm a boot camp
influence,
guy, but
as far
yeah.
like like um just like the global sensation they became, yo. You know what I'm saying? Is
Hmm.
is is just
Yeah.
remarkable, and they'll always be like
And
upper echelon of you know
mhm.
of a collective. You know what I
It's an
mean? And
incredible
and
reign. It's
RZA
an
was
incredible reign,
in
an
the mid
incredible
'90s.
dynasty.
RZA was on it, man. RZA was whether they say like it was RZA was dusted or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of people say that we need to dust have RZA back or whatever. Whatever it was phenomenal.
Past the
It
formaldehyde.
was
Past the
phenomenal.
formaldehyde.
Word, if because to make beats like Incarcerated Scarfaces, Glaciers of Ice, Wu
Mhm.
Gambino, um,
He left the earth. He
Knuckleheads,
left the earth, man.
yo, like,
He left the
come
earth.
on, yo,
That's all. Like
come on.
he
It's
went to the
it's
planet risk and return with the
yeah,
crazy
with the problem
crazy
solver, with the
supersonic
problem solver.
sound.
Yeah,
I lost your
yeah.
audio. I lost your audio. Word,
For real? Can
word,
you hear
man.
me?
Yeah, I lost your audio for a second. Now I can hear you. Now I can hear you. Word. But yeah, man. On that note, I don't know if you hear me, but let's close out the episode because I can't hear you, but maybe the world can hear you. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for tuning in to Spears and Mics, man. Go listen to that. Only built for Cuban Links. Go cop that purple tape. Pop that in. Let's revisit one of the greatest albums in hip hop history. Peace.